Be the change you wish to see in the world. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Strength does not come from physical capacity, it comes from an indomitable will. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. An ounce of practice is worth more than tons of preaching. There is more to life than simply increasing its speed. The true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. A coward is incapable of exhibiting love. It is the prerogative of the brave. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. My life is my message. You may never know what results come of your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed. Non-violence is the greatest force at the disposal of mankind. It is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction devised by the ingenuity of man. The only tyrant I accept in this world is the still voice within. Hate the sin, love the sinner. The good man is the friend of all living things. Prayer is not asking, it is a longing of the soul, it is daily admission of one's weakness. It is better in prayer to have a heart without words, than words without a heart. You don't know who is important to you until you actually lose them. A nation's culture resides in the hearts and in the soul of its people. Strength comes from indomitable will. A small body of determined spirits fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission can alter the course of history. It is health that is real wealth, and not pieces of gold and silver. I want freedom for the full expression of my personality. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The future depends on what you do today. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. The first principle of non-violent action is that of non-cooperation with everything humiliating. An error does not become truth by reason of multiplied propagation, nor does truth become error because nobody sees it. A no uttered from the deepest conviction is better than a yes merely uttered to please, or worse, to avoid trouble. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. It is better to be violent, if there is violence in our hearts, than to put on the cloak of nonviolence, to cover impotence. Service without humility is selfishness and egotism. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Poverty is the worst form of violence. The enemy is fear. We think it is hate, but it is fear. Anger is the enemy of nonviolence, and pride is a monster that swallows it up. The only way to deal with fear is to face it head on. The greatness of humanity is not in being human, but in being humane. Nonviolence is a weapon of the strong. I cannot teach you violence, as I do not myself believe in it. I can only teach you not to bow your heads before anyone, even at the cost of your life. There is a higher court than courts of justice, and that is the court of conscience. It supersedes all other courts. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. I am a humble but very earnest seeker after truth. My religion is based on truth and non-violence. Truth is my God, non-violence is the means of realizing Him. You can chain me, you can torture me, you can even destroy this body, but you will never imprison my mind.